there, friends. My name is Alfonso Ortega, student of ccsf for this class of computer hardware. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to change a hard drive, that I had been using for quite a while, and it got busted one time when I went to Starbucks, and the computer fell on the floor, and I took it to ccsf, where they can perform a diagnostic for free for those students. For those of you who don't know, you can bring your computer over there, and they'll check your computer for free. So they came up with the conclusion that it might have been the hard drive that was damaged. So because it was acting up and wouldn't run and do anything. So I know it was the hard drive because I already changed it, and I bought a new one and replaced it, and it's been working for like 2 years. So it was the hard drive, I'm sure. But I'm gonna show you what I did and some of the problems that it had prior the changing of the new drive. So here I have this computer. It's an older computer, an older laptop. It's maybe like 10 years old. It has it's Dell Inspiron 14 3000 series. And well, let's turn it on and see what it says, right? So here's the booting up. Oh, I can see myself on that other side of the screen. So it's not doing anything. Oh, okay, so it's loading right now, but it won't get past a certain point. And I remember, so I'm not a fan of Windows. I use Linux, and I have other computers in which I do other stuff, and I play with Linux and networking stuff. So, excuse me, this computer had been acting up on Windows, so I tried to use Linux, and it didn't work. So it was a hard drive, and I did what the course said, checking the hard drive and all that stuff. So as you can see, it's not doing anything. Yeah, maybe you cannot see it because it's too dark and it's reflecting. But here in my screen, I see it's not completely dark, it's not completely black, but it shows that it's just not doing anything. It's not like off. Okay, so here. So it's in Chinese because my computer is in Chinese. Um, yeah, I speak Chinese, I read Chinese. So my computer, I lived in China, so everything is in Chinese. And then when I came to the States, I just replaced the hard drive. So it's taking a while. It's taking a while. I am probably going to have to fast forward these videos so you can see what it does, because it's gonna stay in that situation, in this stage forever. So it's gonna take a while. So what you need for this procedure, which is replacing the hard drive, is obviously a new hard drive. Mine is a Seagate of 1 terabyte Barracuda. So this is the one that I'm using right now that has Linux inside, and it's been working like a champ. Of course, the computer has limitations like memory and processor limitations, but for networking experiments, it really does everything that I want in terms of performing networking labs, right? So this hard drive really works. Now, before I bought the hard drive, I checked on online. I bought the hard drive that was the same for this computer, that was had the same specs and everything. So you need a hard drive. You also need basic tools. Actually, you don't need a lot of very complex materials. It's a set of screwdrivers. These ones I bought them at the local hardware store for $3. So, and inside we have a set of 6 of them. And from here, I'm just gonna need this one right here, the number 1 screwdriver. And I'm gonna use, this is the this cross screwdriver and this flat screwdriver. So only these 2, right? And I'm using a needle nose pliers instead of tweezers. I should have tweezers with me, but I don't have them with me right now because I just don't use tweezers. Excuse me. But I'm gonna use this one just in case one of the screws, falls inside and it's hard to reach into that place in which the screw is located. Here the machine is still trying to load, as you can see right there. It says Windows 正在驱动, so it's running, it's trying to boot up. So, but I had enough, so let's get to it. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh no, it's just frustrating. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna power off this computer. There you go. And step number 1, I'm gonna wear gloves. In the course, we learned that we have to wear anti-static gloves, right? So gloves that prevent electric currents or static shocks from damaging the computer components. Like computer chips and all that stuff that are very small. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I have this laptop right here. I'm gonna turn it over, and I am going here. I have some locks, right? These locks right here and here are the ones that are locking the battery in place. So I'm gonna unlock it and take the battery out, right? So I want to make sure that I don't have anything connected to the battery, and so we don't have a battery right now. Okay, now next step is to open the compartment in which I have the hard drive. I know for a fact that the hard drive is on this side, so I don't need to open the whole thing. I just need to open this compartment right here, right? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And here, there's only 1 screw. So I don't have to unscrew these 6 over here, so just 1. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna try to do it here in front of the camera so you can see. All right, so I have these tiny screws, right, that my fingers can't, oh, there you go. These screws are very small. If they fall to the floor, you're gonna lose them probably forever. So you cannot even see them over there. Here, I don't know, maybe the reflection. So I want to put them somewhere safe where I know I am going to be able to retrieve them later. I put it in a case right here next to my other screwdrivers. And then now that it's open, I put this back in place. It's very important to be organized while performing something like this, right? And then I just slide these down, and this thing is gonna be open. And there you go. Now this thing is open. So here, I'm gonna put it here on the side. And right here, we can see our memory RAM. Look at that. It's old and classic. So I tried to replace my memory RAM, upgrading the memory so it could run faster, but this laptop has limitations, so I can only put so much, and I couldn't replace it, so I just left it the way it is. But it's been working fine. I don't play video games, and I don't do any of that, crazy stuff in which I needed like GPU, or I needed like a lot of memory. So I just need to replace the hard drive. So it's this guy right here. Now, here for the hard drive, I'm sorry if you have a little bit of backlight right there, so you cannot see. All right, now this hard drive has like a protecting case right here, metal, that has 2 screws. I'm gonna unscrew these 2, and the hard drive should pop right off. Let's see. I'm gonna try to do it here in front of the camera so you can see. Unscrew it. All right, there goes one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just wanted to escape. I'm gonna put it right here. It only has 2 screws. Luckily at home I have several computers and a bunch of electronic devices, you know, so if I make a mistake that might really damage this computer, I have other computers, but it's cool. I have a lot of stuff here. I have other monitors that I use for my own pleasure, that I use for my own experiments. And now here this case has a last screw right there, tiny inside there. You cannot see it there, appreciate, but it's inside this, like, the computer case. So having tweezers would really help me. It goes inside here. So I'm gonna try to be very careful and not lose that screw. I'm sorry if you can't see it right now, but I don't want to lose that screw. Oh, there you go. There you go. One of the tricks that I learned when I was doing computer repair many years ago, that was before Windows 98, was that we had these screws and we had a big magnet. So we would just rub them, and then they would magnetize the tip of the screws, so the screws would not fall, right? But sometimes it happens, and you don't see them ever again. All right, so now we have this little thing right here, and now we're gonna slide it off right here. The hard drive is gonna come off, right off. I'm sorry, my dog is in the video right now. So there we have the driver. The hard drive just came out, and here there you go. So I took this little case holder for the hard drive. I'm gonna put it right here where I have the other elements of my computer. And here is the old hard drive. Is a Seagate 500 gigabytes. So there you go. Okay. So this old hard drive, I still have very important information, not very important information, but I can, depose of. I don't need that information. I keep this hard drive so I can, perform some other, applications or experiments later on. Now here, this is the empty compartment where the hard drive used to be at, right? You can see it right there. So here we have these, I hope you can appreciate, you can see it, and here we have these little, here, it's the slots where the new hard drive is gonna be plugged into. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Here we have my new hard drive, Seagate, 1 terabyte. And what I do first, it's what I'm gonna do is first I plug the new hard drive. Make sure I do it in the right way so I don't break anything, especially with this new hard drive. So it's gonna go facing upwards. So it's gonna go like this, right? And then, pardon me, oh, I have to do it again. There you go. Came out, and now it's connected. So now it's connected. This is the hard drive right here. And what I do now, in order to secure it, I have this thing that holds the hard drive in place, right? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm sorry if you cannot appreciate over there, but I'm trying my best here to show you and share with you guys what I'm doing. All right, so this holder has like a little bit of glue, like tape. So you tape it on the side of the hard drive that is not gonna damage any of the, components there. And so this is protecting the hard drive. Now I'm gonna put the screws back in, these tiny screws, and let's do it. Okay. Oh. This is exactly what I was telling you about. Sometimes screws just fall down and you might lose them forever. I have them right here. Oh, find it. Luckily, I had something of white surface, colored white, right there on the floor, so I was able to find it right here, and I'm gonna do it again. Maybe I should use my little my pliers, and these gloves are not helping. Let me put this over here so maybe you can see. Oh, you can't see the computer. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay. So I'm working over here. All right. There you go. Perfect. So what I did just now, I have a pair of earphones that are magnetized, and there I just rubbed my screwdriver, a couple of seconds, and it was able to, pull this, get this screwdriver in place. Now here I have two other sockets. As you can see, this screw is so magnetized, so it's not falling off this time. I still have to be careful though. All right, so now here we have the other one, and it goes right here. There you go. So that's it for the hard drive. Now we put the case right here. There you go. Now we have another tiny place in which we have to mount this screw. We go here, and yeah, so voila. So the hard drive is already has been mounted. Now we have to mount the battery, which is right here. I actually have to replace the battery. But I always have the computer plugged in to the power, so I haven't been, I haven't done it since it's not urgent. I haven't done it. All right, so I'm gonna put my tools away. It's very important to keep your area clean and neat, so you know where everything is at the time you need it. I didn't have to use these pliers. They're too big anyways, but like sometimes you need them, especially if they're tweezers. They really help. So now the moment of truth. I'm gonna open the lid of my computer, and let's turn it on and see. So it's booting up. Oh, you see that speed? So now here we go and CentOS Linux, and it should boot up pretty fast, right? For those of you that haven't tried Linux yet, I really recommend it to you. It's a pretty cool operating system, And well, nowadays it's so easy to install and so convenient. Back in the day when I was a teenager, I remember we had to download the ISO file into a CD and then do a bunch of stuff because I didn't have internet connection. So I didn't have any wiki or places in which I could get some of my questions answered. So it's loading. As I told you before, this computer is a little slow and it's taking a couple of seconds, but it will load, I'm sure. All right, so it's in. You cannot see right there, but you can see the prompt right there. I'm gonna log into my account. We're almost there, guys, so bear with me. It's asking for my credentials. So it's getting in. I'm pretty sure the computer is gonna, yeah, there you go. You see the prompt. Now I'm gonna log into the GUI of the operating system, and it's loading right now. But you can see that, but I can see it working. I see the hamster. I can hear the hamsters working inside the computer. Hopefully the battery will not die on me while doing this presentation, because then it's going to be very embarrassing. So I can see the mouse pointer right here in the corner. Maybe you cannot see it. Oh, well, there it is, right? Or no? Is it? Sorry, guys, if this video has taken too long. Oh, there you go. So there you go. This is my computer, and now it works fine. It took a while because this computer is it's a relic of the past, but it does everything I tell it to do. All right, so thank you very much. My name is Alfonso Ortega for Computer Hardware Class. Thank you. Peace.